Hi guys, it's Rylan and I am so excited because today I'm having a bit of a virtual coffee morning and I am supporting Crohn's and Colitis UK for World IBD Day because you know what? That's what I do. These times at the minute, they're a little bit strange, but it doesn't mean we can't connect and talk about the things that matter. And today I'm very excited because I'm joined by someone who I've never met, someone who I have looked at on the telly and thought, you know what? Go on, girl. Georgina, how are you, babe?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really, really well. Thanks, George. How are you? More importantly, you feeling good?
Trying my best not to join the banana bread and like running hype that everyone's
Yeah.
doing. But I feel like at some point I'm going to have to succumb. Got nothing else to do.
I mean, the bread, fine. The running clearly hasn't hit me just yet. George, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Yes, so my name's Georgina. I was on Channel 4's The Circle towards the end of last year in October time, where I decided to use it more of a platform to spread awareness about IBD and having Crohn's myself, just how sort of everyday life affects it and things like that. And then through finishing that, I've kind of developed more of a relationship with Crohn's and Colitis as a charity and use my Instagram platform, etc., just keep spreading awareness.
Do you know what I love about you? And like I say, I've never met you before, so it genuinely is. I'm so thrilled that I've got to speak to you today. I've heard that you've been doing such a lot of work for Crohn's and Colitis UK. But I remember watching you on The Circle, hashtag bring back Big Brother. But I remember watching you on The Circle, and the second that you said the word Crohn, I was like my ears pricked up, my teeth like popped out as they normally do. Because I know you've been told, but obviously my mum suffers quite bad from Crohn's disease. So I've grown up with Crohn's all my life. But it's so refreshing because a lot of people get embarrassed. When you went in to The Circle, did you have any reservations about talking about it?
Not as much as I thought I would, because I was sort of doing YouTube videos and stuff on Crohn's before I went in and on my Instagram, and that's kind of how I got started for the show in the first place. I realised that actually what I'm already doing is enough, and it's more than enough. So if I just keep doing that, I'd have to change what I'm doing. I just knew if I was my authentic self, then it didn't matter what people said, because I knew I was true to myself. I thought if I start playing down and being like, you know, Crohn's disease, you can live your everyday life and it's all fine, it's all great, and actually some days you can't. There's quite a few days during filming where I wouldn't be able to film and stuff, which obviously they didn't air, but I didn't lie and I didn't push through for the sake of the programme or anything.
How long have you been living with Crohn's?
Since I was 17, but I got diagnosed. I had it for 3 years undiagnosed, so I got diagnosed when I was 20. So knowing now for the past 3 years.
Any type of disease or diagnosis is going to take time to process in your mind and things like that. You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs.
The reason I started doing YouTube and stuff and Instagram around it was actually quite selfish. I did it for myself because I thought, in my head, I was like, I've got this for a purpose. I've got this to sort of help and support other people. And in kind of talking about it, I was like, okay, so I've got this for a reason. It's okay that I've got this because I'm using it, you know, for something. And then I realized I actually was helping people, and then that helped me get over it more so.
I remember you saying this on the show, it's an invisible illness, and it really, really is. Because, you know, my mum will walk down the street, we'll do Goggle Box, we'll do the radio and stuff like that, and people will go, oh, mum's fine. But little do they know.
Yeah.
Little do they know.
I remember I was waiting at King's Cross to use the disabled bathroom, and a woman came up to me like, you don't need to use that. I was like, I do. She's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You really want to know? And actually it's quite invasive. But if you really want to know, I can tell you. She went, yeah, what? I went, I poo out my stomach, problem. She was like, no, you don't. You're too young and sprightly to do that. I lifted up my top. I was like, do you want to help me change it? Or is this conversation over? And I just thought, so annoying that something so common is just like, you have to see it to believe it. And that's what really grinds my gears.
100%. It's just ignorance. That's what it is. It's ignorance. For someone your age to share that with, like you say, on Instagram with a lot of people your age group, it only takes one person to go, oh, this is what Crohn's disease is. This is what it does. This is all it is. Rah, 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 boom. That person has then banked that. They've got that in their head. And the next time, wherever it be, walking down the street, parking in a disabled space or whatever, they know it. And it's just by telling someone and just giving them that little bit of information changes the lives of so many people.
People always think Crohn's disease is just one thing, and if you've got it, you've got it. It's so different for everyone. This is why you'll never even find a recipe book for Crohn's disease, because everyone has different trigger foods. It's literally down to trigger foods, right down to treatment, down to the support system you have. Crohn's disease affects everyone in completely different ways, and that is why like, for example, the messages that I receive and stuff on social media, every single message is a completely different story. Whether it started with misdiagnosis, or they're about to get diagnosed, or they're having elective surgery so they can choose, whereas I didn't have a choice. I'm not sure if your mum had a choice or not with the first surgery.
I mean, with the first surgery, no. With the bag surgery, it was a case that my mum was taken in, and she ended up getting diagnosed with early sepsis. And the only way to really
exactly the same thing, yeah.
Crazy. So it was a case of, it's the disease is causing this, rah, 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 rah. So we'll remove the rest of your bowel, we'll put you on give you a colostomy bag, and we'll hopefully reverse that.
I loved having my bag, and it used to like fart in really inconvenient spaces. Like I'd have a really serious meeting, it started going, and I'm like, sorry, excuse me. And I just find it hilarious. Like, I loved it, and I was really thankful for it. And it's really sad because I get a lot of messages of people saying, like, I was speaking to this one girl yesterday, and she's broken up with her boyfriend because she's just had her bag fitted, and she's like, I physically can't take my clothes off and there's no way. I love him, but I can't, because I can't bear to see his like emotions on his face change.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's so awful when some people think it's such a negative thing, because it's like that thing saved your life, and actually it's awesome. The fact that we can live with a bit of our inside hanging out is badass, badass. You know what I mean? So it does affect everyone so differently, and that's why I really struggle when people think it's just one thing, it's just an umbrella thing for everyone, because it's
completely
not. I only struggle with my Crohn's when I have time to get into my head about it.
Which we've all got
now. So I obviously do my YouTube and stuff, and I do my vlogs, and I've been vlogging and stuff, and normally I'm really busy, I've got loads to film, and it's loads of fun, and like people who watch it are like, oh, I love your vlogs because you're always doing something. But at the moment they're very much just sat in the house chatting away to the camera sort of stuff. With body confidence issues, a lot of them, the majority of them are external for people. It's weight, it's my nose, it's my teeth, it's this, it's that. Whereas for me, my main body confidence issue is my internal body. I get very angry with my insides, because I'm like, you have one job, which is just to function and keep me alive and keep me well. Why would you want to damage yourself? That's something I really struggle with. And I think during lockdown, I've really sort of honed in on that a little bit, and I've had quite a few down days, and I'm very, very transparent on social media. So like the other day I had a bit of a breakdown just about, because I tend to put my head in the sand with Crohn's disease. Sometimes I just want to be Georgina. I don't just want to be that girl on the circle with Crohn's, or just that influence with Crohn's. So the past sort of 2 to 3 weeks, I did put my head in the sand and not talk about Crohn's at all on my social media, didn't post anything, didn't even reply to the majority of messages reaching out for help, because I was like, I just want to be Georgina.
Fine, but that's fine.
Yeah. And that overwhelmed me the other day quite badly. And I really had a really bad day, and I had to get on my stories, and I felt the need to sort of apologise and just say, like, I feel like I have let my Crohn's and colitis community down a little bit, because I've not sort of used my platform the way I promised, especially during this time. And I explained it, and the response I got from people just saying, like, it's okay, like you've just said, and actually just because you are kind of waving the flag a little bit, you are still allowed to struggle, was so supportive and so lovely. And I think for me, if I didn't have people to talk to, because other people in the Crohn's and colitis community who come to me for advice, I also talk to them, and it helps me just as much. If I didn't have that right now, I'd be an absolute mess. We'll let you in and we'll chat with you and we'll be there for you. So it's not just me, there's a lot of people, but it is a massive social media thing, I think, that you should really lean on for support, whether that's a website, helpline, accounts. That's what I did anyway.
I know you already know this, and I don't need to preach to the converted, but it's all right to not carry that burden and feel like you're the firefighter putting out all the fires when it comes down to Crohn's and colitis. You don't need to do that, because some days, regardless of whether you're in remission or going through the worst part of it that you'll ever go through, you're allowed to have those days. It's not a problem. But you really, really are an inspiration, especially to young people out there that, maybe dealing with this, maybe not realising like you did that they may be undiagnosed at the moment, and thinking, why is this happening to me? Like, the doctor's saying this, doctor's saying that. Keep going back. Keep fighting that fight. Make sure you don't feel embarrassed as well to talk about it. It really isn't a taboo anymore. And George, I think as well, it's always quite important to remember that it's not just you living with Crohn's disease or living with colitis or IBD, whatever. It's the people that are around you. It's the people that you live with. It's your family. It's your extended family and friends. I will always persuade my mum to do things that she might not feel 100% comfortable with because of her bag, because of this. And I will go, no, you're doing it. And afterwards, she does it. And she goes, oh, I'm glad I've done that. Obviously, I would never push my mum to do something she never wanted to do, especially if she was ill. But no, I think it's just all about being strong for them And also, weirdly enough, being weak for them at certain points.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Motivating them just to go that extra step in a lot of situations.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Georgina, you keep doing what you're doing because you look amazing. I'm so thrilled to hear that you're well. I've got one last thing to ask you.
Yes.
Big Brother or The Circle?
Oh! Do you know what? Actually, to watch, I prefer Big Brother.
Right, yeah, go on. What?
But in terms of like on the edge of your seat, oh my God, I need to see the next episode, The Circle.
Oh, just when I thought we were going to get on. How do I turn it off? Right, I'm turning it off. Bye, George. See you later. I'm out. Shut up.